This is the Upper Room at Legacy.
They don't know anything.
They don't. They don't.
Most adults
they
don't
all
know
need
anything.
to go through this, you know?
And if you can get that inside of you, that will fuel you to prospect. Because what we will always, and Tony probably has said this to you in a roundabout way. We've seen it all. On the Medicare front, any questions that you have about plans, about how to do this, hey, I ran across this, all of these different scenarios of different walks of life and different incomes and different types of benefits that people can have. We've seen it all. So you're anchored to the source of all answers for the most part. And if we, at the rare point that we don't have the direct answer, we know exactly how to go get it, right? So you're not in the wilderness alone trying to just figure all this out. The one thing that I can't do for you is the one thing that nobody but you can do for you, and that's prospect. If you can wake up every day, forget all of this training that we're doing. This is good. Mm-hmm. It's setting a foundation for you. It's the coins being plugged into the machine. If you can just wake up every single day and just say, to heck with all that. I know at least Russ and Melissa and some of the other folks who are here, like I can always draw on them if I have a question. If you can just wake up every single day and say, I'm a professional prospector. What am I doing today to get my message in front of people?
Podcast, I listen to that.
Yeah, right. So we talk about this, but it's true.
Yeah.
That's the game. That's the game changer. So when we go to these rollouts and we see these agents and like, again, my competitive anger, I can't help it. It rises in me. And I look at these people and I'm like, most of these people are complete losers, and it's not their fault.
Right.
It's just that they got into this business. Most people are lured into, especially Medicare sales, like they're lured into an MLM, right? Mm-hmm. So if you've gone to, I'm not going to name what is it, R-Bonds of the world.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
ago.
you sit in these big hotel rooms with all of these mainly women who are just, it's this romantic idea of, oh my God, we are going to be rich.
You get the Mercedes.
Get the Mercedes, and then some of them do the Lexus, or there's the Cadillac one. But they're sold this outcome. They're sold like they're just playing on everybody's emotions. Everybody wants to be rich, right? Nobody really wants to work.
Right.
Okay?
They want to get it for nothing.
Right, but they're not. They rarely talk about this. The training even that happens in those MLMs is very kind of. It's very watered down. It's still really meant to make you feel good, right? And the truth is anything that's worth doing, if you're going to come out the end of this and make a ton of money, it's hard. You're going to bleed. Even if you're selling makeup, you have to learn to prospect, and you have to go through no's, and you have to hone in your craft, and you've got to learn how to be assertive. And I'm at the point now, I tell people what to do. It's not because I bully them into doing it like a salesperson would, like to just a hard close. I feel like a doctor, and I'm prescribing exactly what needs to be prescribed in order to receive the outcome of health and fixing whatever is ailing you. I've seen it all. So we were talking about the bedside manner. It's that way. I have empathy, but I don't really care what they think.
Right.
I've seen it. I've diagnosed the problem. Here's the solution, and then but it's the expectations that are set within the solution. I don't just say, I don't go from A to Z and like, here, do that. Okay, cool. Sign here. I'm setting expectations along the way as to what they should expect to experience with the plan, what they should expect to experience from me as their agent, right? What my limitations are, what I can do for them, because I'm not the savior. I literally am not hanging on a cross for you. I'm just trying to diagnose the problem and offer the solution. Here's the treatment plan, and here's how it's going to go. And at the end of it, I don't really ask them if they would like to do it. I assume that they're listening to me, and to close these types of deals, oftentimes, especially with Medicare, when I get down to it, any questions? Good. All I need to see is your little red, white, and blue Medicare card and your driver's license, and we'll get this started. That's it.
That's it.
They can then tell me no, because again, it goes back to, if my goal at the end of every presentation, if it's in front of a group or if it's one-on-one, I want somebody to say yes now, yes later, or no never. However that manifests. There's only 3 options. If it's yes now, cool. Let me see the cards. Here we go. We'll type this up. We'll ink this up. However we enroll them. If it's yes later, good. But I'm not going to leave that appointment until I have set a follow-up appointment.
Right.
I'm
You're
in control.
Have a date for the yes
Yeah.
later.
So if they want to think about it, great. Let me get my calendar out. So if today's Thursday, right? How about I come back Monday at 3? Give you the weekend to think about it, but I'll be back here Monday at 3 o'clock. How's that sound? Sometimes I'll even set obscure times, right? I'll be back at Monday at 3:11, not 3:10. I'm really busy. I might be able to do like a 3:17, but that's really pushing it for my 4:04.
They're not going to forget it if you do that.
That's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point. So be fun with them, but be in control. So if they want to think about it, great. Now I'm just thinking about when I'm coming back, and I'm going to tell you when I'm going to come back. The problem is people, here's my card, you think about it, and then you call me.
Yeah, no.
Does that happen? It can happen, of course.
Right.
But I want to be in control.
This way you have every opportunity just to say, we're going to do it later.
And it gets,
here it is.
it's subliminally training them to just say yes to what my suggestions are.
But you've already done that. You're in control of the conversation, so they're coming to you.
Which it goes back to the education piece. Like there's a lot of this. So do you understand this? Yeah. So what's this mean? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Is this the plan one? Yeah. Here, let me have your Medicare card and your driver's license. We'll get it started. Yes.
Okay.
Right. And then if it's no never, then great. I don't take it personally. I'm just ready to go to my next one.
Yeah.
Because it's just a numbers game.
May come back later on.
And that definitely happens.
Yeah.
That definitely happens. I've got a pretty high closing rate. Most of the people here have a pretty high closing rate. But that's the beautiful thing about being a broker, having every option that a person could want.
Right.
I just got to sell me. If I can get them to like me and trust me and have confidence in me and my advice to them in this matter, picking the plan, I'm at least positioning myself as very agnostic. I don't care if you want a med sup. I don't care if you want a PPO. I don't care if you're a dual and you want a SNP. Whatever it may be, I offer all of it. I want you to just buy from me. So I can be totally unbiased. I can sit in front of you. I can truly, going back to my objective, I'm here to educate, inform, and empower you on your rights and your options as it pertains to your Medicare. And then it's my duty, it's my responsibility to actually show them that that's what I mean. And then we do that through the education piece. So we assess their needs a little bit, find out, what kind of an income, what drugs do they take, what doctors, what networks are they accessing, do they see specialists, what are their costs now, do they have insurance now, am I going to be pitting this up against another plan, are they a blank slate and they're just needing a plan?
Right.
All of that information gets synthesized. I take that in, some of it gets kind of, it bubbles out of my education piece, but ultimately, however I'm led to my value proposition at the end of that, it's yes now, yes later, or no never. Take the emotion out of it, get them to a decision. I don't like 2, 3, 4 appointment closes. I talk to agents all the time that aren't affiliated with us, and I'm like, why do you have to see these people 3 times? What's wrong with you? This is not their problem.
That's taking
This
your
is
time away
problem.
from somebody else.
It's taking your time away from someone else. And if you think about it, let's just say you sell a regular Medicare Advantage plan, so you make $400 off of that. I like to increase my hourly wage for me. So if I have to see somebody for 4 hours to make $400, let's say, why can't I see them for an hour and a half, and now I'm making whatever that is, $300 an hour versus $100 an hour? I mean, it's still good. Don't get me wrong, but
Right.
I want to be in control, so I can. It increases my bottom line. But if I'm doing it with empathy and I'm doing it with their best interest in mind, being agnostic about the plan, you will win and you'll make a ton of money and you'll be happy and you'll have happy clients. You'll make a lot of renewals. And you'll laugh at all the people that act like they're struggling in this business.
I'm anxious for this time next year to kind of see what it looks like after I go through an AEP and have a,
Just take it one day at a time, and we'll talk here, sometime next week about goals and okay, here's what I want to see. Start with the end in mind. Let's work backwards. Here's the input that it's probably going to take to see this outcome.
Yeah.
But Yeah.